Hey guys, Unclejona here, back with another beer review, and today we have this one, Inbound Cold IPA at 5%. This is from Gypsy Hill Brewing, which is in Dulwich, or East Dulwich, I think it is. And if you look, you've got some black guy sort of doing parasailing or paraponting or just parachuting maybe over London. Nice scape. They always have some nice can artwork, should I say. Um, yes, and Gypsy Hill, they predominantly make beers, a lot of special beers purely for Beer 52, and I believe that is what this one is. And it does have some preamble, which I will try and focus on. We'll see how well we do. There we go. Inbound. It's a cold IPA brewed exclusively for Beer 52. There you go. I knew it. It's almost as though I'd read it before, which I hadn't. It's an ale lager hybrid. Oh dear. Fermented with a lager yeast at a warmer temperature. So they've used the wrong yeast basically. Elevated hop aromas of Mosaic and Simcoe. There we go. Shotto Pop is the artist there. And we've got all the preamble here. 5%, 330. We've got maize. Oh, interesting more. And avoid pregnant ladies. Always a good life skill, especially if you're drinking, because they can't drink. Apparently, according to this can, they can't anyway. So because I've turned this beer on its side, it is now going to explode in my face, which we definitely don't want pregnant women to do, unless you're a midwife. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Using my Canterbury tasting glass, but we shall go for a mellow one on this. Maize. Well, it'll be interesting to see what maize, if I can even take the maize out. I think maize, if I remember, gives a little bit like a rye kind of character. Obviously, it's maize, not rye. Let's have a look. Lovely, very, very mild haze, slight haze. Might be a hop haze. Good finger plus VAT's head. Look at those big old bubbles. They won't hang around for very long. Big, big bubbles. Nice. Oh, yeah, it does smell nice and hoppy. Tiny bit tropical, but with that kind of lemon edgy type thing. Citrus. Simcoe always kind of gives me orange, blood orange kind of tones. Not really getting that in the nose though. I am getting that kind of green. It's not mint, but that's the best thing I can use. It's sort of like a green, very mild mint kind of thing. I think that's from the Simcoe. I remember, look, the head is gone already. That's a shame. What that usually means is, Jonna, don't talk so much rubbish. Drink some beers. So, chin chin, pass me the gin. Oh, here's another, while I'm here, here's another good brewery. This is a Windsor and Eton t-shirt. They're not London, but not too far away. Oh, oh, yeah, very zesty actually. Very zesty, borderline juicy. That Simcoe, to me, gives that juiciness, but there is that weird kind of, I don't know what it is. Is there a thing called lemon mint? I don't know, something weird. It's a green. It's some sort of green thing, but it's kind of minty, but it's not. don't know, very weird, but I think mosaic is kind of what does. Then you got that lemony, that definite lemony thing. Little bit of kind of tropicalness, but very, very mild actually. Right, let's try and pick this malt apart. We've got maize there, so let me see what happened. There's not like that weird astringency thing that rye kind of gives. But there is something else going on in the backbone there. Has it made too much of a difference? Not really to me. And the first thing that hit me when I saw this can, what the fuck does cold IPA mean? What the fuck? Does that mean they made it when it was cold or something, or what? They said they didn't lager it, so it's warm. It's not cold at all. Maybe what tends to happen, or is a trend, so they could be on point, is for doing a dry hop at a colder temperature. So you don't need to dry hop it for so long. Tell you what, the other thing is, this beer is very, very thin, like tasting. That could be what the maize is doing. Whereas something like a wheat or an oat kind of tends to add a bit of thickness, a bit of chewiness. It gives substance to a beer. This has kind of done the opposite. Kind of made it very thin, almost lager-like. Obviously, if you're looking at it, it's very pale, like extremely pale. Let's see if you can see the can through there. Not really, but for my eyes, it's very, very pale looking. And the taste, although the hops are there, the overall taste, which on an IPA, usually the traditional West Coast styles have some sort of crystal malt in there. Gives it a bit of it beefs it up a little bit. Gives it sweetness too, but it kind of beefs up the flavour. I think the maize in this has kind of done the opposite and thinned it out a lot. And the other weird thing is, it doesn't taste very alcoholic. It tastes very weak. Doesn't taste like a 5% beer. That could get you into trouble, officer. But yeah, don't know. Anyone else? If you've got any views upon the use of maize in beers, and I think I've used it once, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I just chucked some extra adjuncts in. Am I right in thinking it has that effect of kind of thinning the overall product out? Because it doesn't add any alcohol to it, so 5% is not too weak, pretty standard. It just doesn't taste it. It tastes very thin on the ground. Very, very interesting beer. I doubt you'd be able to get this because I think, once again, and I've had Gypsy Hill, I've had before, quite a few times before, in fact. A bit of carbonation there. I very much suspect that there is some sort of link between them and Beer 52, which isn't unheard of in the industry. People have their kind of little links with people, shall we say, and perhaps this is one. Or maybe one of the people that works there does something, or they just wanted some exposure and decided that, a beer subscription is a good way of getting your beer out there. Definitely gets people making videos about your beer. if you know what I mean. Anyway, this has been Uncle Jonah, drinking some beers so you don't have to. If you like this, please click like and subscribe. Really does help me out. Leave a comment down below. That also gets my brain going. There's plenty of beers to be had in the upcoming weeks. So we will see you soon. Until then, take care, guys. Remember, drink beer.